Hey guys, it's the Sage. Today I'll be doing part 3 to What If Naruto Was Shisui's brother. Um, to where we left off, um, Naruto and Haku got training from Shisui, and also Sasuke got offered, but he declined, I think. And if he didn't, then he did. I'm pretty sure he did. And they were about to do the tuning exams. Hinata trained Sasuke and locked his Sharingan. So let's get right into it. So they walk into the tuning exam place where they take it, and everyone notices that there's a genjutsu place. Naruto and Haku because they're high level ninja. Sasuke because Sharingan. Hinata because of Byakugan. So, but no one says anything. No one's because they all nod, and they figure out that everyone doesn't know, so they're gonna keep it a secret. And then Lee doesn't say anything because Sakura's not there. And yeah, so they go inside to take the test. Naruto passes easy. Passes it easy, no problem. Smart. Haku, not so much. I want to say I don't think she. I don't think she got math and reading skills. I don't think I don't think she learned how Zabuza would teach her any of that. So maybe he did. I don't know, but I want to say no. To say he doesn't teach her any of that. So she's like the new Naruto. Doesn't answer any questions. Hinata is pretty smart, so she answers like 6 of them. Sasuke as well, and but Hinata uses her Byakugan. Sasuke uses his Sharingan. Haku uses ice. Her ice Genkai. Uses reflection so she can see the answers. So they also EBK asks the 10th question, I think, and everyone passes. And then the uncle gets there on the window, tells everyone to follow her. They all do. Naruto and Haku, body flugger, or I feel like Anker would do that. No, never mind. She would, she's not expecting much for getting, so yeah, I don't think she would do that. So she leads them to the Forest of Death. Yeah, Forest of Death. She explains the rules. She does that thing to Naruto, which is kind of sexy and weird. She explains the whole test, but they get both of the scrolls. They, all that similar happens to canon. That's similar to canon. There's nothing really special I can change about that. Well, I can say everyone's more. Ooh, I know. Everyone's more focused on Team 7 because they have 4 people, and there's Sasuke Uchiha, Naruto Uchiha, which is the younger brother of Naruto is the younger brother of Shisui, which is still alive. So I feel like everyone would be more worried about Team 7. They would try to go after them. Some would even team up. So they start the tuning. They start the second part of the tuning exams. Naruto goes to make shadow clones. I feel like he does have shadow clones. He also has it. So sorry about that. So he goes take a leak because I feel like he would do that still. He goes take a leak. Ninja attacks him. Naruto takes him out with one hand, still peeing. With his 3-to-1 Sharingan. So he comes back and gets the scroll they needed. So then Haku has a plan. They have a discussion on what they should do now. Should they be cautious and try to go with the edges, or go by the trees, go by ground? they're on. Sasuke's being difficult with Naruto. Hinata's agreeing with Naruto. Haku is also agreeing with Naruto. Naruto's plan was to go, wasn't going through the trees, and Sasuke had no right. Sasuke, didn't have any, was was objecting because he could object, but he knew that was the right move to get there faster. But it could be also riskier. So they go by the trees, and then Orochimaru would attack, and this time he would fight harder, because he wants those two bodies. One is the younger brother Shisui, the other one is the younger brother Itachi. They're both very, very good specimens, because he can't attack Shisui. He has Mangekyou Sharingan. He can control Orochimaru without even him knowing. So Orochimaru's trying to avoid that, so he's going for the younger brother, which might have a similar ability. Yeah, and he also, going for Sasuke, because he could have similarity to his brother. So, but that's not going to be easy for them. They fight hard. Naruto and Haku are fearless, a bit fearless. Sasuke still gets stuck up with the bloodlust, that feeling, but Naruto and Haku push through. And Hinata, collapses can't move for a second, feeling useless and powerless. But then she sees Naruto and she can just let her Naruto-kun do it by herself, and didn't want that other girl, Haku, to take her man. So she breaks through and just starts fighting, with Naruto and Haku against Orochimaru. Sasuke, those goals, seeing that he can't be beaten by Naruto, goes and does the same, goes and helps. And I'm just gonna say it. They're not doing really. They're putting up more of a fight in canon by a lot, but it's still not enough. They still eventually get beaten. Orochimaru is snake, so I feel like he could just slip through Haku's ice mirrors. But I feel like she could also do that technique when they were dead with Zabuza. I forgot though. There's she froze the air and made a circle, but Orochimaru would just break that. So eventually Naruto and Sasuke, Naruto and Sasuke get the curse mark. They both pass out. I don't know if Orochimaru would go for Haku, cause she has the ice release. So I don't know, but I'm gonna say he tries, but he would But there's also the Byakugan, and there's the Byakugan and the ice release. But I want to say Uncle gets there and attacks Orochimaru, so Orochimaru has to leave, so he has no time to mark Haku or Hinata, but he's gonna try to do that later. He's thinking Orochimaru's thinking, I'll do that later. For now, I have to go back and make sure the preparations for the attack are ready. So Haku and Hinata, they both Hinata got fixed up. Haku and Hinata fight over who picks up Naruto. They both fight about who gets to carry Naruto. Eventually, Haku wins that fight. She wins that fight. So Hinata gets stuck carrying Sasuke. Haku carries Naruto. Sorry, I don't know why that took so long. So they both carry him. They eventually have to rest because Hinata gets tired because she doesn't have much ammo. Haku can keep going, But they stop and they rest in the same place where Sakura let them rest. Time to come. This time it's Hinata and Haku, and I feel like Haku is more powerful than them, so they're holding them off. But it's still 3 against 2, so they're holding them off. But that one disadvantage. Actually, I think they're doing pretty fine. They're doing okay, and they're holding them off pretty well. Actually, they were planning to do a counter attack, but then Naruto and Sasuke come up. Sasuke feels his special power and angry just breaks the dude's arm. Forgot what that name was. Yeah. And Naruto becomes all flirty for some reason. Because why not? He becomes like, starts flirting with the 3 girls over there. Just start saying compliments, going all about. Hinata blushes. She almost faints, but she knows she can't. Haku just blushes a little, but doesn't let it show. And Kin, I think that's what's her name. It's definitely not Rin. It's Kin, I think. Yeah, I think it's Kin. That girl from the Sound Village. Yeah, you guys seem to know. So Naruto pins her against a tree. She starts fighting back. Naruto just lets it go, and then he snaps back to his senses after, that happens, and just remembers, gets back his senses, and feels so embarrassed about doing all that. Whew. So the ninjas retreat, gives them their scroll, which I feel the scroll they needed to pass, because Orochimaru took one of their scrolls, because Haku, they split up their scrolls, being smart about that. They split them up. So they only got one, which was, I forgot which scroll they took. I think the one they needed was the Earth one. So I want to say Orochimaru took the Earth one, and they already had the Heaven one, so they got the Earth one back. So they go directly to the building they need, and Naruto just grabs Hinata, and Haku grabs Sasuke, and they both body flicker. The reason they weren't doing this before was because Sasuke objected to this, saying that might be a bad idea, and Hinata was too embarrassed for this. So, and I feel, and Naruto and Haku are the only ones who know body flicker. Naruto should have taught, if Sasuke accepted Shisui's training, he might have learned the body flicker, but he didn't. So they get there in they get there in like half a day. I want to say they're the second team to get there. They get there at night. So the second team will get there after Gaara and the Sand brothers. I didn't do the leaf fight. I didn't do the leaf fight. But it does happen. So I want to say flashback. Whatever. They do the leaf fight. They do the leaf fight. Lee challenges Naruto instead of Sasuke, because Naruto is seen as a bigger prodigy than Sasuke. So Lee challenges Naruto using water flicker. And Lee has to take off his weights. They have a good match. Naruto's going to use taijutsu, which this is a huge disadvantage. But still has his Sharingan, but he still has his Tsunade Sharingan open. So he's copying Lee's moves, and then eventually at some point, Naruto just using Lee's moves. Sasuke using a Sharingan to copy all these. Naruto eventually wins, thanks to he is better at the body flicker, and I want to say, he's making after images, not as many as Shisui, but he's doing some, like at least at least 5. This is confusingly. Okay, this is confusingly. Lee doesn't have. He can keep up, but he can't. Doesn't know which one is the real one. So he's getting hit by all angles, not knowing which one's the real one. So eventually, Naruto wins. The Mike guy stops the fight. And then Lee gets up like nothing happens and challenges Sasuke. But then Mike guy objects and says, "No more. You have to get Lee was gonna use the gate, so that's why he stopped the fight, because he was not done yet. Then he screamed at Lee not to do anything, so he challenged Sasuke, and then he objects to that too. And so flashback over. So it's been a couple of days. Now it's time for the preliminaries. Every fight is the same. Yeah. I don't know who Haku will go against. That's a difficult question. I should probably plan this out more. I'm gonna say soccer. Let's say. I don't know, man. I'll get to that fight later. Naruto against Kiba. Naruto wins easy. Sasuke against that Kabuto's team. Easy. I'm gonna say, oh yeah, Kabuto does participate in this one because Orochimaru told him to weaken any of those to try to weaken. Knowing that there's gonna be an even number, the chances are that he might be going against a Hyuga, weaken them so Orochimaru can put the curse mark and might take their bodies away. And so, every fight happens the same. Yeah, it's, and then we get to the Neji, and he rehearses Hinata fight. And Naruto just, like, the rail he's holding onto, he's squeezing hard, putting a fist shape on the rail. That's how strong he is. I forgot if I gave him weights. No, I don't think he has weights. I don't think I gave him weights. I probably didn't. But if I did, then he does have weights. And so, in the Neji versus Hinata fight, Naruto's grasping the rail, making a fist shape on the rail, and then Neji's about to end the fight, and I feel like Naruto does have a sword. I think he does have a sword. I'm not sure. I should probably detail my notes more. I write my notes, but then this one is not very good. I should put more detail. Oh well, I'll rewatch the videos later. So I want to say Naruto does have a sword, and gets it. Body flickers so close to Neji, puts the sword against Neji's throat. Blood just starts dripping down, and Naruto just says, "I will get my revenge. I can't kill you, but I sure can beat the shit out of you until you beg for death." And then he's a bit scared, but she's scared, but he's not gonna show it. So the instructor stopped Naruto from hurting Neji more. Now it's time for the Kabuto versus Haku fight. That fight gonna be interesting. I don't know how I want to detail that, but it sure will be interesting. Sure will be interesting. So, Kabuto and Haku. Haku does her demon ice mirrors, and Kabuto gets, let's say, overwhelmed. If Naruto could beat Kabuto, I feel like, but he did have the Rasengan. But I want to make Haku win. Um, nah, actually, mm, mm. Kabuto's not gonna let himself lose, so he's throwing everything. So he's doing he's going all out. Haku's also going all out. So it's an all out. She's throwing as many Senbon. Kabuto's blocking all of them, and everyone's impressed. They thought he wasn't that good, but people are like he's failed all these, so she must not be that good. Wrong. Kabuto's pretty good. He's avoiding all of these. And then Haku notices that this is not working, and she has to do something else. Because she can just sit here throwing Senbon all over the place. Kabuto knows medical ninjutsu, so even if some Senbon did get it, he would just pull him out, heal himself, and keep fighting. So she knows that this won't do. She needs to do something more permanent. She's not gonna kill him, but something that will keep him down long enough so the instructor can call the match. She stops that, and she's about to do she's gonna summon ice spikes to impale Kabuto or something, like make him stop, like put in the thing through the neck, like point a very sharp something that came out of the ground, an icicle. I don't even know how to explain it. It's like ice, but very sharp, and it's gonna go through Kabuto's stomach. But instead of that, it'll just point it at Kabuto's neck, and if he tries to fight back, it'll pierce his neck and kill him, giving Haku the win. So that's her plan: impale him with ice. So they go fight, and it leads to Haku's trying to impale him, sort of, not all the way. Impale him. Kabuto keeps blocking. He's trying to get close because that's not his forte, but he's trying to, disable her movement. So, and eventually it leads to a draw. Haku can't move, and Kabuto's almost run out of all chakra, so some of his limbs are not working thanks to Haku cutting them and making sure he can't move them. So it's an even fight. So they're both to the ground, and none of them they can move, but it's not wise. So they both get a draw. It was a very exciting match. There were so many close calls for Haku and for Kabuto. It was so much suspense. And I'm not a very good fight scener making fight scenes, so sorry I didn't give it justice. But you can use your imagination to make it sound real cool. And so it's a draw. So it's up to 10 people who won go to the next round, so there's nothing to change there. This is just to make my life easier. But I feel like if Kabuto and Haku went against each other, I think it would be a draw. But that's just me. You can disagree or agree in the comments. Make your own thoughts in the comments. Leave your own thoughts in the comments. So, now it's time for that 1 month training period. Naruto. Haku trains more. She trains by herself, but she's just training to get stronger to be at Naruto's level. Yeah. That's what she's training for. Because Naruto is close to shisui level, a bit more practice, just a bit more, he'll be there, and he's definitely maybe Kakashi level, but close to shisui level, maybe Jonin level. I'm gonna give him Jonin level, mid Jonin. I don't know, I think Shisui is stronger than Kakashi, right? Personally, I think he's stronger than Shisui stronger than Kakashi. Personal opinion here, not a fact. I don't think it's a fact. Need to search this up. And so Naruto for that 1 month goes training with Kakashi because you know, Naruto, the chakra nature Naruto has are fire, wind, lightning. Yeah, fire, wind, lightning. Those are the chakra natures he has. Because I gave him all three. And if he didn't have all three, he'd have them now. So he goes training with Kakashi, practices learning the lightning cutter, the I forgot the name. This has been a problem lately. The lightning cutter takes him not the whole month. Takes him like 3 weeks. I don't know if a month is 3 weeks or 4 weeks. I feel like that's common knowledge. Anyone should know, but I don't. I'll say it takes him 2 weeks to learn on it, and for the last week or 2 weeks, for the last remainder of the days, he learns. He tells Kakashi, teaches him more jutsus. Kakashi obliges, teaches him more wind, fire, lightning, and other jutsus to satisfy Naruto's lust for knowledge and power. So the 1 month happens. Naruto gets there early. Sasuke's still training, feeling so frustrated that he can't get it faster. He's mad that Naruto beat him to it, so I want to say he learned it a bit faster, but he's still practicing just to get it right. Naruto doesn't have as much chakra as he used to, so I want to say he can only do it 2 times, like Sasuke. Yeah. No, 3 times. 3 times. 3 times. He has a good amount of chakra. He can do it 3 times a day, but it would leave him completely spent. He'll still have and he can do it 3 times, and it won't leave him completely spent. I said completely spent. Sorry about that. He won't be completely spent. He'll still have some chakra left. He'll still be able to do some jutsus and still walk around. But if he does like a jutsu that takes a lot of chakra, that takes at least a bit of amount of chakra, he won't be able to do that. He has enough chakra to walk around and do a couple jutsus and still fight back. But not that much that he can do a Chidori. There it is, a Chidori. Oh. So now it's time for Sasuke gets late, so his first match against Gaara does not go that way. Still practicing the Chidori, which was still trying to get it just right so he can do a 3. Do a 3, so like Naruto can, but that was not gonna happen. He wanted to 1-up Naruto. He wanted to do 4 a day, but he can't. So he was trying to get even. So he doesn't get there on time. So it's time for Neji against Naruto. I almost said Shisui. And Naruto, activates this shouting gun and tries to look and he throws a kunai to see what Neji's skills are. He does the palm rotation and sees and Naruto is trying to find a weak spot, and he finds that weak spot. There's one little point behind the neck where he won't be able to notice, and that's where he's aiming for. That one weak spot that all the Byakugan, the whole Hyuga clan had, the weakness. I don't know if the Otsutsuki have that weakness, but I don't think they do. The Hyuga clan weakness. And so Naruto figures that out. So he runs, he does body flicker, leaving after bridges. He's trying to attack at that point, so he doesn't notice, and he's going super fast, so Neji won't notice, but he has a Yaku gun, so he can tell which is the real one and which is not. I think you can do that. So he figures out what Naruto's trying to do, so he won't let that happen. So Neji just keeps moving around, keep it up, keep doing the palm rotation. So Naruto has no choice to go straight, but then realizes, what about the ground? He's protecting himself from all air side attacks, but what about ground attacks? So Naruto remembers one of the jutsus Kakashi taught him, the headhunter jutsu. Yeah. They use a shadow clone behind, keeping doing the thing so Neji doesn't notice. Gives him more chakra than the regular, so Neji thinks it's the real one. So the real Naruto, using headhunter jutsu, goes underground and pulls Neji to the ground. Neji wasn't realizing that Naruto could do some earth style jutsus, because he is he would think he would only have fire lightning, being a Uchiha. But that wasn't the case. Sushui's watching, and he notices that that's just a shadow clone. He notices, like, he has a feeling, doesn't have proof, but he has a feeling that that's a shadow clone, and she's thinking what he would do, and then he realizes that what he would do was go underground. He's like, yeah, and so he knows what Shisui knows what Naruto's planning, and then Naruto does Headhunter Jutsu, makes Neji go underground, and again. And then Naruto gets out his sword, puts it against Neji's neck like he did the first time, bleeding some blood, and then tells Neji to surrender. So Neji has no choice but to surrender. Naruto wins the match. The rest of the fights go the same. Shikamaru still gives up the fight, because Shikamaru, the rest of the fights go the same. Kankuro still gives up. The one that does go differently is the Gara one. Sasuke is better using the Shidori. So once he does that attack where he's gonna pierce Kara's shield, it actually pierces like better than cannon, and doesn't just go a little bit of blood, goes through the whole shoulder, just in through the front and in at the back of the shoulder. Oof, painful. And so the ninja brothers, Tamari and Kankuro, take Gara away. Toski not letting this happen. Not letting this happen. Goes after them. Naruto goes after Sasuke. Haku goes after Naruto. And Hinata also goes after Naruto. And then everyone gets try to get into Genjutsu, what people do. Shisui, leaving what's gonna happen there, letting his brother handle it, goes and fights, wakes up all the ninjas that he can. This is Shisui, and trying to, using his ability. I forgot what was the name of Shisui's ability, but coercing people to kill the other one. Kill the other ninjas coercively, making them think that was a hidden ninja in disguise and all that, making the sand kill the sound and the sound kill the other. But he can only do this he can't do it on all of them, right? Well, he had a plan to do it with the Chiha, but that's a little too overpowered. So he doesn't do that, so he does like 4 at a time. And he wakes up all the ninjas he can. So the Konoha Crush is more difficult and going better for the Konoha side, thanks to Shisui. And so let's go to what's happening with Naruto and Sasuke and, Haku. uh, mm, Hinata goes against Tamari. Haku goes against Conqueror. Yeah. Yeah, that happens. Tomorrow, Hinata's holding off Tamari. Haku is holding off Conqueror. Sasuke's getting bodied by, Gaara. Naruto gets there and doesn't let it, and is holding off Gaara and his partial tailed beast form, where he's like a miniature version of the one tail. Sasuke is helping Naruto. Something like that they're holding him off, and then holding off Gaara, doing some pretty good. Naruto does a shadow clone, does multiple shadow clones. They all do fireball jutsu, and they all hit. And this makes Gaara mad. He transforms into the full One Tails. Naruto does not know how to beat this, because this Naruto just doesn't have Gamabunta. So he doesn't know how he's gonna do it. Oh, also, I feel I could have made the Neji fight so much easier. Why didn't just Naruto use the lightning cutter to just pierce palm rotation? It's so dumb. That could have been so much easier. Naruto, only just say Naruto doesn't realize you could just use the lightning cutter to bypass the palm rotation. Back to what we were doing. So Naruto does not know how he's gonna deal with the One Tails, because Naruto does not know the name of the One Tails. Naruto does know the name of the Nine Tails. They have a conversation. Once they're, boy, use my power. Kuruma saying sometimes when he is just gonna say that. And so Naruto realizes that if Gaara wakes up, the One Tail will disperse. So he's trying to find out a way that he could stop Gaara / One Tails. And that's the plan. He has to get up there, wake up Gaara, and it's easier said than done. Naruto just trying to figure out the way he could do this. But he looks at Sasuke and thinking, why don't you just throw up Sasuke all the way over there? But it's like, it won't make it. And then he's like, what if I just make a ladder out of shadow clones? And this is what Naruto does. But this tries, but the One Tail just makes all the shadow clones poof. Naruto tries the same thing, but this time using the shadow clones as a giant slingshot. And it works. Luckily, it works. Naruto punches Gaara in the face. Gaara wakes up. The One Tails disperses. They're falling. Naruto catches Gaara, makes him to the ground. Naruto does talk no jutsu, saying that I know how it feels to being seen as a monster, a weapon for mass destruction. I've been there, but don't let it happen. Find people that care about you and hold tight to those people. Gaara, Tamari, and Kankuro get there, seeing what Naruto's saying. Gaara looks at them and, agrees. He finds the people who are special to him, letting Gaara, Tamari, and Kankuro go. And he goes back to see what happened to what happened to Haku and Hinata. Luckily, they're minimally bruised. Haku didn't get poisoned. Hinata's bruised and battered a little. Haku's the same, but relatively fine. So he hugs them both and thanks them for doing what they did. They both blush a little. Hinata faints. Naruto catches her and just puts her down on a tree to let her rest. So, while all this was happening, Lord Third was fighting Orochimaru. Almost all the ninjas from the sound and sand were taken out already, thanks to Shisui using body flicker to take out multiple of them at once, having his incredible speed and making some of them kill themselves or something else. So eventually, Naruto hugs his brother, knowing that he's okay. He didn't doubt it. He didn't doubt that Shisui's gonna be okay, but he's still happy, that nothing truly happened. But then, but same thing happens to Lord Third. Dies. Sad face. Lord Third dies. I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. Oh, 41 minutes already. How did that happen? I don't know. I want to continue the story because I want to make this 1 hour long just to satisfy you people. And so, I don't know how to do the Tsunade retrieval arc. Oh, I know how. The Tsunade retrieval arc, Sasuke and Naruto get hospitalized for like just a couple days. They're not too injured. They're just a few broken ribs. They'll be fine. Nothing too serious. Ninja wise, if they were regular people, that would be serious. Broken ribs, punctured lung, but they have medical ninjutsu, so that's not a big deal. They're hospitalized for a couple days. Shisui tells Naruto that Shisui asks Naruto if he wants to accompany him to go find Tsunade, the replacement of the village. They already asked Jiraiya, but Jiraiya said no. And then they asked him maybe that go find Tsunade, that he has research to do. So they let someone else do it. And Shisui and Naruto immediately go find Tsunade, and Shisui is not like Jiraiya. So this time, Shisui has time to train Naruto more, and tells Naruto what he's doing wrong with the body flicker, and in that time, Naruto gets as good as Shisui with the body flicker, and Shisui's impressed. He's only 12 years old, and that's better than when he was at his age, but makes sense. That makes sense. And so, a couple days later, I want to say a week later, they find Tsunade. They were looking at casinos, bars, place where she would be. They eventually find her the same place where Jiraiya found Tsunade. They ask her to become the Hokage. I feel like Naruto would still want to become the Hokage. Maybe not. Yeah. He gets offended by this, that the Hokages were great people. Even if he didn't want to become Hokage, he still feels respect to them because they were strong shinobi. Well, some of the strongest. So he feels, insulted by this, what Tsunade says. And then Naruto challenges her to a fight. like in a calm manner, not being as reckless as he used to be, in a calm manner. Just he makes a bet knowing that she won't be able to resist. And Tsunade takes the bait, hook, line, and sinker. And so Naruto, Tsunade, saying, if you can learn this jutsu, if you can beat me, I will teach you a jutsu. And that jutsu, she's drunk, she doesn't know what she's talking about, she's overconfident, and then she points at the 100 seals mark on top of her forehead. I will teach you the 100 seals. Technique 100 seals. Tsunade's drunk, so she doesn't know what she's talking about. But even if she tries to teach Naruto the sealing, doesn't mean he gets it. Tsunade tried it, she couldn't do it. Sakura got it, so she could. But like, man, the 100 seals. So, they start fighting. Naruto's incredibly fast. Tsunade's super strong. Naruto's super fast. I'm gonna say, Tsunade's drunk and a bit off her game. Just a bit. All she has to do is hit Naruto. And I feel like if it was shisui versus Tsunade, Tsunade's the weakest of the three Sannin. I'm just gonna say it. She's the weakest of the three Sannin. I think that's true. And what she does, I feel like anyone could do it. Sakura did it. And so, Naruto overpowers her with speed, using too many. So she didn't know which one's the real one. So then eventually Naruto gets behind her, puts the sword to her throat, and says he won. And he's not wrong. Tsunade, I don't think Tsunade's fast enough to keep up with Naruto. She wouldn't know which one's the real one. There's a bunch of actor images, and some of you might disagree with me, but I feel like he would win. Just saying. I don't think he would win against Shisui, Naruto, but yeah, I think he could win against Tsunade. So Naruto wins and tells her, I don't want to learn the 100 sealing technique. And so, no, you're gonna learn it and you're gonna like it. Naruto's like, what did I get myself into it? She thinks Naruto is a good candidate. He has good shock control. And he could be a good candidate. Naruto does not want to learn it, but he's gonna get forced into it. Because she took a liking to Naruto. But that they get back to the village. None of that. She doesn't try. They leave immediately after he wins. Because she's not gonna leave. He has a bad feeling about that, so he leaves immediately. They leave. They were gonna leave in the morning, and they were about to leave in the morning. Sushi doesn't drink. Naruto doesn't drink, so that's not gonna happen. So they wake up in the morning. They're fine. Ace and Tsunade's trying to leave, and that doesn't happen. Shisui restrains her and, decides to take her back to the village. No, freak it. She poisons Shisui and Naruto. She leaves. She's going to meet up Orochimaru. She tries to kill Orochimaru like in canon. Shisui wakes up. Naruto wakes up. They both go immediately to where Tsunade, to go help Tsunade, because that's that. And I feel like Shisui definitely can't. There's two people there, and there's only Orochimaru and Kabuto, and Naruto can beat Kabuto, and Orochimaru. Well, he doesn't have his arms. So I know who the winner is. I don't need to explain it. Well, I will explain it. Orochimaru doesn't have his arms, so he can't do jutsus. Shisui has his eyes, which could compel Orochimaru to go leave Haku, and Naruto won against Haku. Haku and Kabuto tied. Do I need to explain any further? I could go into detail about the fight, but no, that happens. Kabuto, Orochimaru retreat, knowing that Orochimaru can't beat the Sharingan, and he's not in the condition to beat that. Kabuto is getting beaten by Naruto, about to do the lightning cutter through his chest, and Naruto did get hit some couple times, so it was a hard fight for Naruto. Actually, no. Naruto got caught off guard a couple times, but he managed to do it with his speed. He got hit one couple times, and then he couldn't move certain parts of his body. Like he had to move something else to move it. And then he asked Kabuto, what was that? And he was like, that's something I picked up with medical ninjutsu. Naruto, it's like he said, this is really just medical ninjutsu. This could come in handy. So he's thinking he might take up Tsunade's offer to learn to become her disciple and learn the 100 feelings. But no. And so they Orochimaru and Kabuto retreat. Tsunade no and some of you might be asking, what about the Kisame and Itachi fight? Well, Shisui would not, they wouldn't stay in the hotel because he wouldn't get distracted. He would move right on forward, making it hard for Itachi and Kisame to, follow, and Itachi's not trying to fight, and trying not to, attack his friend's little brother, and a brother and Naruto, which Itachi considers a brother as well. So he's not gonna try to do that. So he convinces Kisame to go after another target, and that happens. So then they get back. Tsunade, Naruto, Shisui get back to the village, and they get back to the village. And I think that's where we're gonna leave it off, boys. Please leave a like, and you can feel free to subscribe, leave a like or a dislike if you didn't like the video, which I highly doubt because it's a good video. So this is give me some what if ideas. I will be releasing something soon, which I don't think anyone's done before. So this is Tempest Sage signing out.